Alright, so full disclosure, I've never actually seen Murder Drones, and I've been getting a lot of suggestions to make this character by the name of Cyn. So, let's find out what she looks like together, shall we? Aww, that's actually kinda cute! I really like Cyn, actually. You guys did good. Wait, the episode 7/8 design? There's another design? What does that look like? Hi, I'm Magic Cyborg and I'm a nerd and make stuff, and holy crap did the previous video blow up. I've gotten so many suggestions from you guys, it was so much more than I was expecting. The list is so freaking huge that it's actually a bit overwhelming. Thank you all so much, you guys are truly phenomenal. So today we are making Cyn from Murder Drones. This was a suggestion from Philovenus and DJ Pickle 9. Thank you for your suggestions. If you want to suggest a character for me to sculpt, feel free to leave a comment below. So what are we talking about today? Well, we are talking about game development. I don't know how many of you guys watched my video called How It Feels to Cancel a Project, but to sum it up, I talked about why I decided to cancel an animation project that I've been working on for 2 months, and I closed the video stating that I wanted to pursue game development. And in the comment section of that video, I got a question from Prasadsanas2879, sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but they asked what games am I developing currently. Now I could have sworn that someone else asked a similar question in the comment section of my topology video, but I couldn't seem to find it. I don't know if I missed it, or it's since been deleted, or it never actually existed and my memory is just not functional. But if it does exist and I just missed it, I am sorry. But to go back to the question, what have I been working on in the world of game dev? Well, the answer is nothing. Okay, well that's not entirely true. I say nothing because I have nothing to show off to you guys. That's because all I'm doing right now is following Godot tutorials. I'm at that learning phase where I just go from one tutorial to the next, trying to build that familiarity with the game engine. And as I'm sure you can guess, I don't have anything that is worth posting here on the channel. But that might change soon. Keep watching to find out more. Anyway, if you're wondering which tutorials I've been watching exactly, well, I didn't start with making games right away actually. Instead, I've went through this tutorial series from Godot Tutorials that teaches you the GDScript programming language. Once I got familiar with the language, I followed along through the new modern classic that is the Brachy's Godot tutorial. Amazing video, highly recommend it. After that, I followed this 9 video long tutorial series from Net Ninja that teaches you how to make a space shooter. I'm almost done with it, but I encountered a bug partway through that I don't know how to fix and I've not seen anyone else encounter. Cool. It's not that big of a deal though. I'm guessing that I'm just using a slightly outdated version of Godot, so I probably just need to update it and I'll be fine. But once I figure that out, I am very, very tempted to go through this 11-hour long tutorial. I know it will take me forever, but I want to go through it just to say that I did it. Now you probably noticed that whole section on tutorials was rather brief. And you'd be right, progress in learning Godot is going alarmingly slow. And it sucks because I do want to learn more of this, but I just don't have the time. I mean, you guys have heard this before, my issue is always with time. I either cry about completely wasting it, or I cry about not having enough of it. I am a very mature person. But as I said time and time again, I just have a lot going on right now. I got college, I got this YouTube channel, and I got Godot on top of it all. And I've had this habit of putting Godot pretty low on the priority list when all 3 of those things should have equal priority, right? I guess the reason why I don't prioritize it is because out of all of the things that I can invest my time into, it feels like I'm receiving the least in return from Godot. Even though game development is like my dream career. I've been trying to get rid of this habit, but ever since I've encountered that stupid bug that I mentioned earlier, I just fell into that downward spiral again. But there is hope though. My schedule has opened up a bit since we last talked, so I should be able to make time for it now. Oh, and one other thing that I want to tell you guys. I think I found a way to turn my learning process into content for you guys. So fellow content creator SDG Games came up with something called the 20 Games Challenge. The idea is that you recreate 20 different games such as Pong, Space Invaders, Pac-Man, that sort of thing. But each game you make gets more and more harder as you go along, with the most important rule being that you can't just follow step-by-step tutorials. I love this idea so much. I'm actually surprised that it hasn't gotten more attention. If you're interested, I have a link to the 20 Games Challenge website as well as a link to the SDG Games YouTube channel in the description. So I'm wondering, would you guys like me to make videos on this 20 Games Challenge? I'll even try to give those videos the same editing style and the same writing style as the video essays. I think it would be quite a lot of fun. If that's something you want to see me do, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Now, as excited as I am for this challenge, I will say that I don't feel ready for it just yet. I'm still going to follow tutorials until I feel like I'm ready. After all, it has been a hot minute since I've touched the engine, so I could use a refresher. At the same time though, I do feel like deep down I might be closer than we all think. Remember that whole section where I talked about the tutorials I went through? Well, in that sort of period, I started a little side project. So you know those game presentations like Nintendo Direct, PlayStation State of Play, the Game Awards, right? Well, you know how Twitch streamers will react to those presentations with a bingo card, where if something happens during the presentation, you mark the corresponding space off? Well, I decided to make a program in Godot that creates a randomized bingo card specifically for game presentations. And there wasn't a tutorial on this, at least not one that I could find, so I was pretty much on my own. And just by using what I know of Godot and GDScript, I actually managed to pull it off. The bingo card is random each time you open it, you can click on a space to put an X on it, it freaking worked! Now, I did have to Google an answer to a problem I was having with the random generation, but apart from that, I did everything on my own. Now, if a professional programmer were to look under the hood, they would probably vomit, but I don't care, dude. I feel so good about it. Now, I probably shouldn't get too excited. Like I said, I am still going to follow tutorials, and it might be a long while before I start doing this challenge, but who knows? I might just surprise myself. But until then, I will provide any updates here on the Sculpt and Chat series. I am sculpting anything that you guys comment, so feel free to leave a comment below suggesting a character for me to sculpt, or anything you would like for me to talk about in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and have an amazing day.